Arr, come join me on a journey, you scallywags, onto the Sea of Thieves. I don't think I can do a very good pirate voice. But anyway, what is happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and today we are taking a look at Sea of Thieves. So for those that are looking at this game and they're like, what the hell is this? This looks kind of crazy. I see pirate ships. Sea of Thieves is an upcoming open-world multiplayer pirate adventure. I think that's probably the most apt way to describe what this game is. It's being developed for Xbox One and Windows 10, and had a chance to play it at E3 during the Microsoft Showcase event, got to record some footage. This was me, Paige, and then two other gentlemen playing. That was our pirate crew. And today I got about 20 or so minutes of footage, just kind of basically going to let the footage roll, talk about my experience of the game, what I think about it, and kind of give you guys a look at the gameplay. But so anyway, let's talk about this. So for those that don't know what the hell it is, because a lot of people have been hyped about this game for a while. I kind of had it, you know, on my books, keeping an eye on it, but I hadn't really looked too much into it. And after playing it, it's definitely something I'm super excited for. I think this is going to be an excellent stream title. It's going to be a fantastic one to like play with viewers live. But I think the most interesting thing about this is, you know, you think multiplayer pirate adventure, the first thing that comes to mind is just like, oh, you know, we're going to be scaling, we're going to be looking for gold and chests and whatnot. But you really do need a ton of teamwork. So like right now, you're seeing what I'm doing right now is we are trying to raise the anchor. Now, given the four of us had never played this game before, so we didn't really know what the hell was going on. So we ran around the ship, finally found that thing, was like, oh, that's the anchor. Start pushing it up. Somebody else ran over. They started pushing up the anchor. Boom, we got the anchor up. And then at this point, we're like, okay, what do we do? Oh, wait, we got to get the sails down. So then we're going and we're putting down the sails. And then eventually we figured out that we had to angle the sails. And then somebody had to take the helm, and then we could start sailing. But it's the fact that, you know, a lot of boating games, like that whole experience, it's not there. Take Black Flag, for example. Black Flag, you know, you tap one button and your sails go full mast, half mast, no sail. In this game, you got 3 different ropes for each of the sails. You can, you know, I'm seeing hitting them right now. So I got to use one to drop the sails, one to raise the sails, and on top of that, I got to change the sail direction. So not only that, but just sailing. Like, so I took the mast, and you can see I can't see shit. I can't see what's going on because our sails aren't angled. So we had to have somebody climb up into the crow's nest. You can see the dude going up there right now. So that we actually had a visual of where the hell we were going, because I couldn't see shit. So it requires a level of cooperation that's, I mean, to my knowledge, I can't think of a game off the top of my head where you have to cooperate this intensely with your teammates. And I mean, yeah, you know, there's a lot of cooperation needed in games like, you know, Heroes of the Storm or Overwatch or any multiplayer game really. But I mean, from a cooperative adventure experience, like, you know, we need somebody that's going up on the crow's nest to give us directions. We need somebody changing the directions of the sails. We need somebody scouting out ahead. We need somebody checking the map. We need somebody sailing the ship. And every single person in this pirate crew has an integral role that they have to play, that if it's not happening, you know, you're not going to be sailing as well as you could. You're basically half-assing it, if you will. And that was really, really fun, you know. So what we're actually doing here, we're sailing out, we're looking for this island. We had a clue map at the very start. We're going to try and find this island, and once we find it, there's some treasure hidden on it. So we're kind of sailing out looking for that right now. There's actually another team in the game with us, also sailing around. We run into them towards the end of the video and kind of duke it out. But the game has combat. You have, you know, swordplay with your pirate cutlasses. You have a pistol you can use. You have a matchlock rifle. Of course, the ships have cannons, but like even then, you got to load the cannonball, aim the cannon, fire the cannon, load a new cannonball. I think one of the more interesting things I'll actually talk about a little bit later because you'll get to see it when it happens. Yeah, there's just a lot of really cool dynamics in this. So overall, I'm really excited for this game. Like, I was excited when I heard about it, but I was like, you know, kind of lightly following it because I was like, you know, I don't know what the actual release date is on it. But after having a chance to play it, definitely super hyped for this game now. I think it's going to be, I mean, just the multiplayer aspect, that's what's pulling me in so much into this game. There's nothing else like it. Now, right now, this is slated to be 2018. I don't think it has an actual release date further than that. But it's gonna be fucking awesome when it comes out. Probably not gonna be the type of game I do a walkthrough of, just because I don't think there's even gonna be a campaign. I mean, I don't even want to imagine trying to man a ship solo. I mean, there might be NPCs who handle some stuff in a single-player thing, but I think it's mostly going to be there for the multiplayer adventure, which, even then, I would be okay with that, because it's a complete blast to do. You know, even Paige, who's not a big gamer, she was having a ton of fun playing it with me, so like, right now, you know, we're sailing, we're kind of on course, but I need to check the map, because people are giving me directions, and they're saying, like, you know, go right, go left, and I'm like, I don't, you know, I need... Are we going starboard? Are we going, you know, are we going port side? What are we doing? So I run downstairs, taking a look at the map, see where we're trying to sail. And so keep in mind, remember, I was the helm. Now, just letting go of that helm for a little bit. You know, right now I'm running around with the plank. I don't know why I got the plank. I got stuck messing around with it before. But just running around with that a little bit, just a second here, you'll see we end up losing direction pretty rapidly. Right now, we're doing okay, I think. Yeah, we're still heading south. There's a point where, like, the ship just ends up basically busting a 180. Yeah, because here we go. We're turning the sails right now to try and get some more speed, as well as increase my visibility. So, turning those to catch our wind. I think, what was the thing we were going to? There we go. Sails are all getting turned. That's good. That's what I like to see. Marauder's Arch. So, we found a place. It's over there to the right. But that wasn't where we're going to go. We're looking for, like, Skull Cove Bay or something like that. You know, there's like a map downstairs you can use. There's your compass. And, you know, you can see the wind currents. So, like, I was trying to communicate with the team, like, you know, no, we gotta turn all these the other direction. Right now, we can't use them like this. You know, the wind is going, you know, I don't know, I guess we'd say... From this perspective, let's just say it's going like southeast to northwest. So, had to turn all the sails, and now we actually have the wind helping us. And on top of that, I can actually see a little bit in terms of where we're going. So, we were going towards this arch up ahead, just sailing along. And that's the thing, you know, this game isn't going to be like instant jump-in action. It's very much about the kind of make-your-own-adventure type thing. You can sail around, you can jump in other people's ship and steal it. I mean, I don't think you can pull it off solo just because, you know, the anchor, the sails, manning the ship, all that stuff, it takes a while. So you can see, there we go, Devil's Ridge is where we're trying to get to. So right now, I went down and checked the map. Because they're like, you're kind of there, it's like, it's off to the right, and I'm like, hell, man, I think I see it. I'm not sure. So, we're going to sail through that gap. Because I'm not sure if that's Devil's Ridge or not, but I know it's right near there. So, at this point, we decide we're going to sail straight through, and things are about to get a little bit hectic on the ship while we're sailing. So, some other things to discuss. Obviously, when you get on the island, you can dig for treasure. You guys saw me running around with a bunch of things. The planks, they come in. There's a very specific reason to have those planks. You'll find out about that in just a second here. But you gotta like manually get more ammo for your weapons. You gotta manually pick up cannonballs. So here we go. We're gonna try and shoot this gap here because I don't want to sail around it. I think my ship can fit, which is not true at all. You can see the ship's getting banged up a little bit. Still trying to fit through this, and this is where shit hits the fan, if you will. So at this point, we've shot the gap. And I have it muted while I'm adding a commentary, but we're like, there's water. Run downstairs, and I'm like, oh shit, this is bad. So we actually have to take the planks, repair the hull with the planks. And then the funnier thing, even after repairing the hull, somebody actually has to run down here, grab buckets of water, and then run back out to the top of the ship and throw it overboard. Like, The water doesn't just go down. You actually have to have like 2-3 people sprinting these buckets out. So just taking care of that, I go to grab the wheel and I'm like, where are we at? I don't think our heading's right. Run downstairs to check the map after doing all that repair. And we've somehow flopped it completely 180. So now I gotta go back up to the helm, flip us back around to get over to Devil's Ridge. So, I mean, you can see shit can go sour real fast if you're not actively like paying attention as you're sailing. And then of course with flopping our 180 here, that's going to kind of mess up how the wind's going to affect the sails, so ideally we should have probably changed the position on those. Probably should have dropped these, you know, half-mast or no sail just to flip around real fast, but being a 4-man crew that never played the game before, I don't think we had that kind of coordination. But, I mean, I think we actually handled that pretty well. I know some of my other buddies that I was talking to that played, they ended up getting in situations like that, never boarded their ship up, the fingers went bottoms up and sunk, and they all died, so there's some bad shit that can happen. And it's not like the ocean is completely safe either. There's sharks and shit out there that'll go for you that are pretty aggressive. But I mean, all in all, you know, very vibrant world, very cool to see kind of this multiplayer gameplay. Very much like counting on each other and having that cohesion as a team to be able to succeed. So at this point, we have finally found Devil's Ridge. Even then, you know, still can't really see what's going on in front of me after we had adjusted our sails. So had to have the team kind of direct me where we wanted to go. You know, we wanted to get up close enough into the cove that we can get to the ship, if need be. But at the same time, we don't want to beach the ship. You know, we got to be able to get access to it. And at least in the demo we were playing, we didn't have any little rowboats available. Found out after the fact what you can do is basically load yourself in the cannons and fire yourself to the shore, which is pretty silly, but it is something that's possible. Now the thing that was probably most confusing for us there were other players on the island, but their ship was nowhere to be found. So I think like one of them somehow swam here and avoided all the sharks. There's like a little mermaid lady in the water. You can actually like talk to her and she'll just help you get back on your ship. I think the whole purpose of that is like, you know, if you end up getting stranded or whatever, or you're stuck and you're out in the water, you talk to her and you return the ship. I think I ended up. Do I ever do? Yeah, I think. Okay, I do jump in and go after it. I was like, oh, it's an actual mermaid. It's cool. Then, boop, back to the ship. So at this point, you know, we can already see people on shore. One of those is our teammate. One of them is another people from the enemy team. He's getting shot at. We got to get out there. Obviously, there's sharks in the water. Doesn't really matter, you know. Gotta do what you gotta do. So I decide, being the brave adventurer that I am, that I'm gonna swim past these sharks and help rescue him. See, when you die, it's not like a permadeath. You basically despawn, kind of as like a ghost, if you will. And then I don't know about the actual spawn points. I never ended up getting killed, so I'm not sure if they're on the island or if you get sent back to the ship. Could be either or. But so this is our actual. This is the island we were trying to get to, and now it's a matter of trying to locate the treasure. So at this point, 3 of us came on land. Paige ended up watching the ship because, as I mentioned, people can steal the ship. Like, if your whole crew is off the ship and somebody runs up on it, they get the anchor up and they get the sails up, there's a good chance they're going to take your fucking boat, which you don't want happening. So we were looking for the mysterious cave, O adventurer weary. Step 6 paces, west by southwest, dig by a place that's somewhat dreary. And we could not figure this out. Like, sadly, we only had about 25 minutes of demo time before it ended. I was really hoping the other team would fully show up and we'd be able to duke it out with them, but unfortunately that never ended up happening. We had that one guy, and then, you know, as we're trying to find this cave waterfall, which we eventually assumed it was the waterfall that we see kind of up there. Well, we assumed that was the correct waterfall, but there was a cave kind of right there. You can see many lanterns being sneaky. We're sitting here getting shot at. We're like, what the hell? And then we noticed that guy and then had to kill him, but basically hiding up in the waterfall trying to snipe us was the second teammate. But I could not find my way up there. Thinking back, probably should have gone to the right, but we thought this was it. And then we realized, you know, this isn't a cave. We need to go around. And somebody managed to get up into the cave, but they got a little confused. So we didn't end up finding the treasure at the end. But even then, you know, when you find the treasure, there's like there's gonna be like cursed skeletons and stuff that'll spawn, and you know, it's not just gonna be hunky dory walking back to your ship. Like, people are gonna come after you. So now this dude made the mistake of falling out of the waterfall. I'm a better shot than he is. But now we have the island completely to ourselves. And at this point, we kind of just bebopped around and looked for the treasure. Obviously, it's getting really dark, so at one point, I do end up pulling out a lantern to help see a little bit better. Fortunately, we never did find the treasure. And I was trying to figure out where the other team was, because I know at one point I did see their ship off on the horizon, and Paige was up in the crow's nest looking out for them. And we like saw them by a rock face, and then they sailed behind it, and then they never showed up again. So I don't know if the other team we were playing with maybe dismounted at a different island, thinking that was where the treasure was at. Maybe they crashed. I don't know what the case was, but unfortunately we never did get a true big pirate showdown like I was hoping for. But you know, even aside from the PvP element, you know, even if we had found the treasure, there's like, you know, cursed skeletons and whatnot that'll spawn, and you know, it's not just going to be hunky-dory walking off the island with this cursed treasure that you had to hunt down. There's actually, like, you know, you're going to have to be running past skeletons, and someone's going to have to carry the chest, and, once again, keeping up with that, like, everyone's going to have to work together theme. So, definitely a game that I'm really going to be looking forward to play. I mentioned it back at the start of this video, but I have a feeling this is going to be an absolute fantastic game to play with you guys. You know, just have a big old pirate crew sailing around, hunting for booty, just having a good time. So, I think that's all I really have to say about the game. You know, it was definitely a lot of fun, obviously. But I don't just want to sit here and babble for the whole 24 minutes, so I'm trying to, you know, semi-condense what I'm saying. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed getting the chance to check out the gameplay. You know, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys next time with some more E3 footage.